Okay, guys, good afternoon. Thank you, the four of you, for joining this time. I'm hoping that the rest will come in and come on soon. How you do?
Not too bad, sir.
Nice. I'm happy. Were you able, Charles, to go through? I think I gave you a question to do on the Unique shared the past paper, and I went through the past paper. Were you able to go through that past paper?
Which one of them, sir? I went through one, but I'm not sure if it's the one that was sent.
Or you went through a past paper, or okay, did you go through the handout I sent you?
No, didn't get a chance to, sir.
Okay. Well, the past paper, the last question, I believe, I'm not sure. You know what I could do? I could just check the WhatsApp group and be sure. I'm trying to see if I had sent you a question, another past paper question. Maybe not, because then you had sent the past papers in. All right, do me a favor. The first question in the past paper, I think we did. I'm going to ask you to look at the past papers that Unique put in the group, and let us do the second question on that, while I try to find me the information that I sent off. Hold on here. All right, so that's sent. So I have that. WhatsApp calculus 2. All right, let's see. Multivariable functions. And okay, no. So I only sent you the past paper, the 2000 and I think this is 2012 past paper that we looked at. All right, let me go into the group, WhatsApp group now. I just want to do maybe one or two questions. I'm trying to find the past papers in the WhatsApp group. Calculus 2. All right. My friend Sash sent one. Let me just look at the one that she sent. No, this is an outline. I lied. That's the outline she sent to somebody who was asking for it. Okay, there goes. So to what if past paper is? Oh, it's Ryan who sent the past papers. Ryan, I'm very sorry. You are the one. You are the big man who sent the past papers.
The A student. The A student.
I appreciate it, and I received that in Jesus' name. Oh. All right, do me a favor, guys. Oh, never mind. It told me a while ago it failed, and now it's open. And this one kind of easier. This one just asks for question 4. Oh Lord, I love this question. Them can't get a question like this in the exam. Come guys, come. Let's work these questions. One of these questions coming back. I feel it in my bones. Let us look at this one here. 2000. Which year is this, Lord? 2015 December. That's the second one in the list that Ryan sent. And let us start with question 4, please. Start with question 4. I give you a couple of minutes. You talk to me when you are through. I want everybody to work at this, please.
Sir, I'm on the bus.
Yeah, man. Never mind. Just Just go on listening, Tash. 2015 question 4. 4A is 325, 9 marks. Question B is 16 marks. Easy 1, 2, 3. We're going to max it out. I love this year. Jesus, and them can't send a paper like this year for me. Jesus. It's a nice paper.
Sir,
Right,
sir
I give
B,
you
you're talking?
question 4 AB. Guess what happened now? It's in the group, Avi. Guess what happened now? Guess what happened? The question is not typed right. Oh Lord. The question says f is equals to 3x plus 6y, 2x equal 12y. What's that group, hon? The one that Ryan sent. All right, but we're going to use it as 2x minus 12y. I don't even know if I'm right. That equal sign shouldn't be there.
Sir,
So
me
we're going
just
to have,
wonder which equation that.
yeah, me no know, oh, yeah. So we're going to use 3x plus 6y times 2x minus 12y. Can somebody just maybe screenshot this for Abby, please?
Sir,
Yes, honey.
so part 4 of A. We're supposed to do that one as well.
Aha! You remember I was talking to you about that one? Nice. So we're going to use f of y to differentiate it with respect to x. So when we get f of y x, we're going to differentiate it again one more time, but this time with respect to y. So we're going to use f of y to differentiate it with respect to x. And when we get the answer, we're going to differentiate it one more time, but this time now is with respect to y. Remember, the subscripts tell us which one to differentiate it with respect to. Yeah, man, run it. I love it. I think I could do that. I think let us just do the past papers until I get to my destination. All right, somebody is saying that they don't have Wi-Fi access connectivity at home, but they have data. I mean, not data. They have access to their WhatsApp. So somebody could just screenshot this for me, please, and just indicate question 4 so that people can just go ahead and just start working. Please and thanks. Hey, Shams, I don't understand how people don't like this online business, you know. I don't understand how people don't like this online.
Sir, your mic is open. I don't want to hear your business, sir.
Cocky Israel. Or is it going? Are you finished? Finish the first part?
Almost, sir. Sir. Sir.
Yes. Are you finished with that one?
Just a query for part 4 of A. What you said we were supposed to do again?
All right. So you have to differentiate with respect to the first subscript. Then you're going to differentiate with respect to the second subscript. Then you're going to differentiate with respect to the third subscript. So is it y, x, y? What is it?
Yes, sir. It's y, x, y.
Right.
So we differentiate f subscript y with respect to x.
Very good. And then when you get
And
that
then
differential, you're
we
going to find
differentiate
the
with
differential with
respect to
respect to
y.
y.
But sir,
Good.
that's
So what
not
you're,
possible.
aha, so therefore it means it's not possible. What are you going to get? You have a constant after the differential of x, of
Yes,
y
sir.
by x. Right, so the differential of the third one is going to be what then?
0.
Ah, here you go. So you're actually calculating a third derivative right there. You're calculating a third derivative.
Yes, sir.
All right, nice. Move on to the other part.
Evening, sir.
Hey, Rashim, what's up?
No, it's the same person who called you earlier.
Oh, okay, right. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I am
All right,
fine,
cool.
thank you.
All
I am
right, so
just
they're
here to
working on,
fill in as
right, so
All
they're
right,
working on
so-
past paper 2015.
all right. So what time are they going to stop and when you start directing
No, man, I'm just
traffic,
giving
so
you
to
another,
speak?
okay, I'm giving another couple of minutes before I go through the solution. They should be on part B
All right.
of the question now. Let me see who the ones that are here. Andrew, Avi, Charlene, Davey, or Jermaine, the rest of you, what are you? I know Sash is on our way home. Have you started part B of the question yet?
Yes, sir.
Are you finished part B?
Sir.
Are you finished with part B?
Oh, sir.
All right, continue working. I give you another 5 minutes and then I'll go through the solution.
All right, sir.
Remember,
I'll
this
just
is
sit back and
this
wait.
is right, no problem. This is a must-have, you know. There is no way you can get to, going to the exam without having a question like this. It's a must-have, all right?
All right.
5 more minutes. Mhm.
Sir, kind of just come on,
No
kind of just
problem.
come on, so I wasn't sure what was going on, but
All right, never mind. 2015. The question is placed in the WhatsApp group. 2015. Question 4A and B.
copy that.
You guys are finished?
Yes, sir.
All right, give me a minute, please. All right, so let us look back. That should give you all enough time to complete the question. Let us look at the, let me see if I can find a question. Let us look at the, I'll soon share the document with you, but let me just hear first from you. What is the, what you got for F subscript X? Anybody?
Sir,
What you got for F subscript X?
I got 6x plus 12y plus 6x minus 36y.
6x plus 12y minus it. No, but why don't you simplify the answer then? Can I simplify it for me, please? Simplify the answer for me. Anybody has a simplified version that can give me the answer?
12x minus 24y.
I just barely talk to teacher tonight. 12x minus what?
24y. Simon, that
X.
work, that's why.
Yeah, man. I kind of figured. I kind of figured. Excellent, Yanni. Charles, I'm interested to find out if when you simplify it, you got your 12x minus 24y. Anybody
Yes,
else?
sir.
What about you? That's what you got?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, good. So please just always remember to simplify your answer. Ouch. Always remember to simplify your answer. Always remember to simplify. Where's the A student again? That sent me the papers. Oh, student is asleep. Davio, Jermaine, Karika, Lexton, Ramesh, Christy, Sean, Avi, Andrew, talk to me. I'm only hearing, where's Sash? Sash wrong? What say you? All right. Okay, so I'm in a class of 2 students, so let me move on. What did you get for the answer for part 2, please?
Negative 24x minus 144y.
Very good, Yanni. Excellent. There is a strong positive correlation with those students who participate in class and those students who will receive an A, or better yet, pass the course. I'm saying to you, this is a must-have for your final exam. When I'm finished with this topic and move into another topic in our final unit, this is a final unit that I'm in, you know. But this final unit has several areas. I have 2 weeks left after this week. I am not coming back to this topic. And that's why I'm going to spend some time just to go through here. So you don't want to speak, you don't want to ask me your questions, and you're going to the exam and see a repeat past paper question and you can't answer it. I'll just pray for you. Very good. Won't labor the point. What is f of x? Yes, please go ahead. Who got it?
Sir,
Yes, Naman. You're talking, but I'm
Excuse
not
me?
hearing you now.
Did I get this paper? Was it? So
It was sent.
sorry
It was
about
sent in the
that.
WhatsApp. Yeah,
I
man, it was
sent
sent
it
in
to
the
you now.
WhatsApp.
All right, good. Thanks for.
Yeah, man. All right. So the third part of the question now asks you to evaluate f of f subscript xy. Remember, in order to evaluate f subscript xy, you have to evaluate first f subscript x and then differentiate it now with respect to y. What is the result of f subscript xy?
0.
F subscript xy.
Negative 24.
I would think it's negative 24 too. Can you check that 0 for me, please? Who said it?
Sir, I corrected myself. It's negative 24, sir.
Negative 24. Very good. ABC, talk to me. Unmute, please.
Yes, sir.
Walk on. You just what happened? What is
Yeah,
happening
the first one wasn't too sure of what to do, so let's move on to the second. I'm just working that out now.
Okay. All right. So negative 24 is correct for f subscript xy. I would love for you to tell me what is the result of evaluating f subscript xyx or yxy. What is the result of
That's a
evaluating?
0, sir.
That's a 0. Excellent. Right? So technically, which number derivative are we working with right there?
Third.
The third derivative. Thank you, Charles. The third derivative. And I did mention in class some time ago that you are going to be required to do, well, we have done first differentiation, second differentiation, and the second differentiation, especially when we're looking at our multivariable functions, as we are doing in this case, but also they can ask you to find the third derivative. I may not give you a question on the third derivative, but if you know how to do the first derivative and you know how the second derivative is found, you should know how the third derivative is found. You should know how the fourth derivative is found. Matter of fact, let me fast forward. Let me backtrack to Mclaren's expansion. Anybody remember Mclaren's expansion?
Yes, sir.
How many times were we required to differentiate? Third, fourth, fifth? Which one? Multiple times. As many times as the question asks. Good. Because if the question asks you to leave your result in x to the sixth, it suggests that you have to differentiate 6 times. It suggests that you have to differentiate 6 times. So as many times as the question requires us to do it, we have to differentiate. So if you were to ask me the question, yes, we have done our differentiation up to multiple powers. All right. Okay. Very well. Is there anyone in the class that is struggling with what it is that we have done so far? Speak now.
Sir, I'm not sure what the first part is asking. When, cause I just say F equal whatever is there, and then it's asking for oh wait, God. Hold on.
For fx.
Yeah. Where is it?
All right. I'm beginning my screen share. All right. So I'm sharing my screen now. It says the question says, given that f of x y is equal to 3x plus 6y times, I am using it as 12x minus 2x minus 12. Remember, in the middle part, I gave you an equal sign. That equal sign should be in the middle. So I'm using it as a minus sign, minus 12y.
Sir,
Go ahead, please.
yeah, that one, that was the one I was confused about. It was showing me an equal sign, so I was wondering what was going on there.
Yeah, man. So, you may have joined late because I did correct it. I did say, let
Oh,
us see
yeah,
it as a
yeah. Yes, sir,
okay,
that
yeah.
was one.
All right. So one of the things that I would have expected that the class would have done is to go ahead and distribute the 3x plus 6y over the 2x minus 12y. Is to distribute the 3x plus 6y over the 2x minus 12y. And when you do that that expansion, then you will get your polynomial in that sort of multivariable form. All right, and then it will be easier for you to go ahead and evaluate your f subscript x. So this is what I did. So look back at the question and let us look at what Sir did here. 3x plus 6y, 3x times 2x gives me 6x squared. 3x times, and look at the screen because I'm sharing my screen. And 3x times negative 12y, 3 times negative 12 is negative 36. Negative 36 xy, which is my second term. And then I'm going to multiply now 6y by 2x. 6 times 2 is 12, 12xy. Remember, we do it in chronological order and alphabetical order. All right. So it's going to be 12xy. And then 6y times negative 12y is going to be negative 72y squared. Does anyone have a difficulty? Does anyone have a difficulty? Does anyone have a difficulty with that expansion? But I like if you talk to me, like
No,
seriously.
sir, no difficulty with that expansion.
No, sir, not at all. No,
All
sir.
right, then cool. Thank you. All right. And then now we are going to go ahead. Go
Sir,
ahead.
can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay, at first when I saw this, I was thinking about the quotient rule.
Quotient rule or the product rule?
Product rule.
Product, sir.
Okay, you're playing rough tonight, Sash. Yeah, product rule. Fair enough. It could also be done using a product rule. It could also be done using a product rule. Yes, you are correct. But in a case like this, yeah, it could be done using product rule because what you would say is, oh, come on, the difficulty of sharing from a cell phone. It could be done using a product rule because you'll go ahead and say the first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. It could be done. If you tried outside of class, you should get and would get the same answer. Right? So you're on the right track. All right. And then no.
Why, sir?
Go ahead.
Just so me get it right, you know. Let's say the 36 xy and the 12 xy. Let's me get it wrong. Let's me start mess up.
All right. So remember,
good.
Okay, but you see the error now?
Yeah, man, I see error, man.
So it's good when you can recognize the errors that you've made before the exam, so that you don't make these errors in the exam. Let me tell you why I'm saying this to you. You know, who to tell? You may just go in a final exam and just book up a question, maybe not even exactly the same one as I'm giving you here, but another one of the same form, where they give you two things to multiply together. You have to make sure that you're distributing one of the parentheses over the next, because if you don't do that, you're going to run into difficulties, especially if they ask you to find the critical points. Because when it is that you are setting the first differential equals to 0, there's no way you're going to be able to solve that simultaneous equation. So if it is that your expansion is incorrect, you're not going to be able to solve the simultaneous equation because it's going to be wrong, right? So you have to be careful. All right. So I'm happy that. So do me a favor. Spend a little time. Just going through the distribution. Spend a little time going through the distribution. It worth it. If you even spend 2 or 3 minutes longer on the question, because a question such as this, as in this particular case, it carries 25 marks. As a full question, it don't mix up with any other question. As a full question, I don't know what they will do this round, but as a full question. All right. Okay, let's go. Okay, Sash. So I had, if you look at my OR, Sash, if you look at my OR is using the product rule. The first times the differentiation of the second plus the second times the differentiation of the first. So let's go with the product rule, because since Sash asked about it, let me do it. So it's the first 3x plus 6y times the differentiation of the second. I'm differentiating with respect to x. So my negative 12y becomes a constant. So when I'm differentiating 2x, I'm going to get 2. True or false?
True.
True,
Yeah, man.
sir.
So that's why I have that times 2 right there. That's why I see the times 2 there. And then plus the second. So plus 2x minus 12y, that's the second. And then now I'm going to differentiate the first. But remember, I'm differentiating the first with respect to x, because I'm finding f subscript x. So my 6y becomes 0. And when I differentiate my 3x, I'm going to get 3. That's why I have that times 3 there. You see the times 3 right there? Háblame. You see the times 3 there?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now what I'm going to be doing is to multiply that 2 over the 3x plus 6y, and I'm going to multiply the 3 over the 2x minus 12y. So 2 times 3x gives me 6x, 2 times 6y gives me 12y, 3 times 2x gives me 3 to 6x, and 3 times negative 12y gives me negative 36y. All right, and I'm combining the stuff. Remember, no Charles. Remember, everybody. Your differentiation can be right, but if you don't put it in a presentable form, you can lose a mark or 2. You don't want to get 23 or 24 out of. Don't do like one person last semester with their mid-semester exam. All right, please don't do like that person. Just do your stuff and get the full mark, please. Now, when you do that, when you combine your 6x plus 6x will give you your 12x, and your 12y minus 36y will give you your negative 24y. All right. So I made a notation here that this proves the point that, similar to a single variable function, the rules of differentiation always work. The rules of differentiation always work. So whether or not you're doing single variable or multivariable, it works. All right. Whether or not you're doing single variable or multivariable, it works. All right. And then now the second part asks us to find f subscript y. Using the said function expanded form, I'm now going to be differentiating that with respect to y. Now remember, differentiating with respect to y, my 6x squared becomes a constant, and that is going to be equal to 0. My 6x squared becomes a constant. That is going to be equals to 0. And my 36xy, differentiating with respect to y, my negative 36 is a constant, I put it back. My negative 36 is a constant, I will put it back. And then I'm going to differentiate my y. And the differential of y is going to be 1. Says 1 times negative 36 gives me negative 36. What am I doing? Yes, Alton, evening. And then when I'm doing my 12, okay. What I should have done was to combine both of them together, but never mind, it still can work. And when I differentiate the positive 12xy, the differential of 12xy is going to be 12x. And that 12x minus 36x will give you the negative 24x that we have there as a final answer. And when I'm differentiating negative 72y squared, it's going to give me negative 144y. So that's why I get the negative 24x minus 144y. And again, you see where it is that I use a product rule to differentiate my stuff. So it works either way. It works either way. Question? Can I move on to part B now?
Sir, for number 3 right here, it's a x of y is equal to minus 24. Yes. Show working out for that, right? In the exam.
So
Yeah.
I don't have to think to do any product rule.
Expand. Yes, Sash. Yes, Sash. Except Andrew, that in a case such as this, Andrew, you are given 12, you're given 12x minus 24y. So there's no real solution or workout for that question. Because you know that if you look up top here, you know that your 12x is a constant, it goes to 0. And then you're going to have negative 24y. Now your negative 24y is, when you differentiate your negative 24y with respect to y, you're going to get negative 24. So that is, in that case, that is going to be a 1 marker. That piece of the question should be a 1 marker. Why didn't you give 2 marks? They're very generous. If I were doing this paper, that would have been a 1 marker. Real talk.
But it being a 2 marker, isn't it saying that we're supposed to show working out? I'm just
no, but that's what I'm saying. There's no working out to show in this case.
Okay, sir.
All you do, is just write down negative. All you'll do is you'll write down f of xy. You'll write down your f of xy, which is 12x minus 24y. 12x minus 24y. And then you differentiate it to find f of xy to give you negative 24. That's the only thing you can write down. So just write the function, differentiate it, and you get your 2 marks. I think one of the marks would be to ensure that you have a negative sign, and the other mark is to get the 24. If you had only put 24, you'd have gotten 1 mark. And if you put negative, a different number, negative 42, they would have given you the mark for the negative sign. I'm sorry. My screen went. May I move into the other question, please? The other section?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are there any other questions? I really want you guys to get it to know. Are there any other questions?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, Sash, go ahead, hon.
Sir?
Go ahead, sweetie.
So I'm seeing a question like that, you don't have to do the product rule, you can just expand, right?
Absolutely. But if you want, you can also do the product rule, because the product rule also works. But if you get, remember now, let me just say this before I get myself into trouble. The only reason, let me go back up to the top of the question. The only reason I'm able to expand is because those parentheses don't contain any power. You notice it's only 3x plus 6y is not raised to a power greater than 1. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Right. So had it been, if it had been a power that is greater than 1, you know you couldn't go ahead and expand. You have to use the product rule and then know the power rule going to come into play with that. So the only reason you can expand is because both powers for the parentheses are raised to number 1. You saying something, Sash?
Sorry, sir. You broke up a while ago. I couldn't hear that.
No, I'm just saying to you, hon, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, you said something about if it have any power in the parentheses.
No, man. If the power of the parentheses was raised to a number greater than 1, you couldn't expand. You'd have to end up using a power. You got that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good. Does everyone in the class recognize what I just said a while ago?
Say it again, please.
All right. So what I'm saying to you is, if the power, if the question was raised to a power other than 1, see what the question says, it's 3x plus 6y times 2x minus 12y. Had it been 3x plus 6y to the second power times 2x plus minus 12y to the third power, there is no way you could go ahead and expand. Can you see that?
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Right, because you'll end up now having to use the rules, the power rule, the product, oh, come on. You'll have to use the product rule, and in the product rule, you'll end up having to use the power rule outside of that. All right, so you have to be very careful regarding the function given. So to be on the safe side, you could just go ahead and use the rules. To be on the safe side, you could just go ahead and use the rules. But if you want to expand in a case such as this, you can go ahead and do it. All right, I need to jump to part B. Part B says f of xy is equal to x squared plus 3xy plus 4x squared minus 26x minus 60y plus 52. That's all of 6 terms. You can get 6 terms, you can get 7 terms, you can get 8 terms, you can get any number of terms, right? Don't watch that. No, let me just talk you through what it is that I expect of you. Remember, when you're given a multivariable function and they're asking you to classify the points, it means that it's a stationary point question. In order for you to solve a stationary point question, you have to set your differential equals 0. A single variable function, you're going to set the differential equals 0. The multivariable function, you are going to end up with 2 first differentials. Your f subscript x and your f subscript y. You're going to set both differentials to be equal to 0, and then you are going to be solving simultaneously. Once you're doing the multivariable functions, you will always end up with a simultaneous equation. Some simultaneous equations are easier to work than others. Some simultaneous equations you can just go ahead and just work by substitution. Other simultaneous equations you can work by the process of elimination. All right? But whichever it is, you're going to end up with a simultaneous solution. Now, look at what I have. 2x plus 3y minus 26. Are you in agreement with that first differential with respect to x?
Yes, sir.
Good. Is there anyone in the class that did not get that first differential with respect to x? Speak now. Okay, I'm taking that silence as yes, sir, I got it. Did you get the first differential with respect to y?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good job. Is there anyone in the class that did not get the first differential with respect to y? Okay, I'm taking that silence. Say that again, Sash.
I said me because I can't work it now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Understood. Am I coming across choppy to you guys? Or are you hearing me well?
So everything there, so except down to the me get the 6, but I'm not sure, sir. Right at the simultaneous part.
Okay, all right, hold on. I just lost my screen. Let me go back.
Change the time up on your screen, man.
No, you see, the thing about it is that it's my cell phone, and I don't normally share from my cell phone, so that's why. My tablet is what it is that I use most often, but didn't want to use the tablet as the share. Sorry, I didn't want to use my cell phone as the speaking device because it may ring. So that's what I'm sharing from. So I'm actually using 2 devices because when I share from the tablet, I'll have to go into multiple screens to move from the main screen to the shared screen, and I just know about that. So that's soon we get in. All right. Next on, you were saying something. I was asking you earlier, am I coming across choppy?
Clear as mud.
Oh, clear as mud. All right, good. All right. You were coming across a little choppy, Lexon. So I didn't hear you said something about the last part. Can you repeat for me, son?
Oh, sir, may I say me get everything up to the simultaneous part.
Nice. Which is a 2x plus 3y minus 26 equals 0?
Yes, sir.
Nice. What is the issue then?
No, me have a -6 and you have a +6, but me just realize I'm either wrong.
Okay. All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. You know what makes the questions a little bit easier? There's a difficult question I don't send off to yet, you know, and I'm going to send it off, but I still want you guys to keep the trust that this topic is not difficult. And then I'm going to drop the difficult question. Yes, there is a difficult question. And I want to do it, but you know why? Because I don't want these lecturers within the community college system know that the question is difficult and decide that they're going to put back the question again. Forgive me again. Put back the question on the exam. So I'm going to give you that difficult question sometime soon. So it is that you can see how the question works. I think that question gave you as many as 4 critical points. Now, when a question can give you 4 critical points, it means that you have quite a bit of work to do, right? So I'm going to give you that such a question, so it is that you can have a look at it. But in this one, you'll recognize that your f of xx is a whole number, and your f of yy is also a whole number. And of course, because of that, your f of xy and yx, which should always be the same, is also a whole number. Is also a whole number. All right? It makes your substitution a little bit easier, because when we're going to be substituting, remember your d is going to be equals to your f of xx times f of yy minus f of xy all squares. So it's going to be much easier to do your substitution. All right, so let's go. So I'm not differentiating. I'm solving my simultaneous solution. Equation, sorry. I'm solving my simultaneous equations. And in solving my simultaneous equations, what I'm going to end up with, I am going to be multiplying equation 1 by -3, sir, y. And I'm going to multiply equation 2 by +2, sir, y. So that I will be able to get the same opposite coefficients of my variable x. You notice one of them is -6x and the other one is +6x. So that when I add both equations, I can eliminate my x's. So that when I add both equations, I can eliminate my x's. Very important, because I'm using the elimination method. It's very important because I'm doing the elimination method. So I'm trying to eliminate. All right. And again, So let me just get back the screen. So when I do that, I'm going to end up adding both equations. So why are you adding? Because when I add negative 6x to positive 6x, I'll eliminate the x's. So when I add both equations, I'm going to add now negative 9y to positive 16y. And that is going to give me 7y. And when I add negative 78 to 120, I'm going to end up with 42, positive 42. Remember, when you're adding and the signs are different, you subtract the smaller number from the bigger number and put back the sign of the bigger number. So I'm going to have negative 7y equals 42. Negative 7y equals 42. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 7. Sorry, by positive 7. I'm going to end up with 6. So my y is equals to 6. My y is equals to 6. Now what I need to do is to substitute my y equals 6 into any of the two equations, into equation 1 or equation 2. Equation 1 or equation 2. And when I do that, anywhere in equation 1 or 2, I see y, I'm going to put 6. And then I'm going to end up with 2x plus 3 times 6 equals 26. And when I work it out, my x is going to be equals to 4. My x is equals to 4. And you notice what it is that I'm saying. The function is optimized at the critical point 4, 6. The function is optimized at the critical point 4, 6. At the critical point 4, 6.
Yeah, screen stop sharing it.
Yeah, I'm going back. Thank you. So I'm going to get that at 4, 6. That's my critical point. And then what I now need to do is to classify the critical point. Remember, you have to know the formulation for it. The formulation is going to be f of xx times f of yy minus f of xy all squares. F of xx times f of yy times f of xy all squares.
Sir,
Yes, please.
just one place my last. Where you get the negative 3 and the positive 2 at the top for multiplying and use it for eliminate?
Because I'm trying to eliminate one of the variables.
So you just choose two numbers where you could have used eliminate for multiply and eliminate the variable.
Not quite. Let me show you the trick. You may wonder where I get the 2 from for the second equation. I am multiplying the coefficient of x from equation 1, which is 2, by the bottom equation. And then I'm multiplying the coefficient of the second equation, which is 3, by a negative 3, so that I can just get my stuff out of the way. I could have multiplied by a positive 3 now, but if I had done that, I will have to subtract my equations. So it's just a quick review of simultaneous equation that you need to do.
Okay.
Just review your simultaneous and you should be fine right here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. So when I substitute my f of xx, remember your f of xx up here was 8, no, 2, and your f of yy is 8, and your f of xy is 3. So it's going to be 2 times, right? It's going to be 2 times 3, 2 times 8, which is 16, and then it's going to minus 3 squares, which is 9. 16 minus 9 is a value that is greater than 0. So when you have the value, when d is greater than 0, you have either a local maximum or a local minimum. D is greater than 0, you have either a local maximum or a local minimum. Now to differentiate between the two, you have to look at your f of xx. If your f of xx is positive, you have a local minimum. If your f of xx is negative, you have a local maximum. All right. So because my f of xx is positive, it's a positive 2, I'm going to have a relative minimum. Right? See what I'm saying here? We take a close look at the value of f of xx, and we see that it's positive. Once it is positive, your f of xx, you will have a local minimum or a relative minimum, same difference. And that's the end of that question. When I finish class tonight on this topic, I'm not coming back to this topic. I'm not coming back to this topic. Can I stop share? 1 minute, please. May 2019.
Come on.
All right. I think I want to do this one, May 2019. May 2019. I think I want to do that one. May 2019. All right. I'm going to ask you to take a look into the WhatsApp group, May 2019. May 2019. Look in the WhatsApp group for that past paper, please. May 2019. Is this May 2019? Just check to see if I have May 2019. No, that's 2015. Let me see if this is 2019. Oh Lord. Them said I want to can't open right. Anybody can find May 2019 among their? No, that's May 2012. May 2019 had an interesting question. I may send that off to you.
Charlene sent it in the group. Charlene sent it in the group.
Oh, thank you, Charles. Oh, you're such a gem. I'm going to buy you cheese chips. May 20. No, let me just say something to owners. You see that one here? How much mark that one to carry?
Sir, that can write a 4 mark that.
A 30 marks.
I'm not seeing
B,
it.
sir.
Question one.
It's 4 marks.
No, I'm not talking about question 3B, you know. No, man, that are easy 4 marks to get, man. We're not talking about that. A question 1, we are talking about.
The questions are sent on last while.
Say it again?
Isn't that one of the questions I sent last class? But
Am I the only one not seeing it?
Yeah.
It's already,
Send it
sir.
to you now.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
sir.
the last. Yeah, man, cool. That's the last question that the last paper that is sent, Johnny. But guess what? No.
Rashim. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Is it the same? It has the same working out as what sir has right here, the one that you have?
Repeat?
It has the same working out?
No, man, sir is talking
On the
about something else. I
paper?
sent it to you already.
He's not in the calculus group.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's not in. No, he's not in that group.
No, I'm just.
Can you send his number? Is it that he's not in the class? Can you send his number so it can be
I don't need to.
No, man,
I don't need it that way. It's all right.
He's just visiting for today. I'm going to charge him rent. Thanks, those. Thanks so much. I'm going to charge him rent, and my rent is in pound sterling, not Jamaican dollars. All right. So Sash, me you can
Yes,
go eat a
sir.
curry lobster lunch here, Sash.
Oh, geez, sir, yeah.
That's only
Yeah,
hefty,
man.
you know.
When we collect the rent from him, we go eat a little curry lobster lunch. Yeah, man. All right, let's go. Now
I'm a
I want to
trespassing.
same here. So let us look at question number 1, numero uno. And it's not, we have 20 minutes and we want to finish that question in 20 minutes. I know it's going to be rough for 20 minutes, but when you go into the exam, you may have to work under those conditions. Let me just read the question for you. It's a very ugly looking question, but it is solvable. It says a small startup company produces speakers and subwoofers for computers they sell through a website. After extensive research, the company has developed a profit function. Pi xy is equals to x squared y minus 22xy plus xy squared plus $71,000. Find the production levels that minimize profit. Now, hear me out. You see, just like the first one, the first example I did, the mere fact that the question says, find the production levels that minimize profit is suggesting that you're going to have a relative minimum for your point, your stationary point. It's going to be a relative minimum. So if you get a maximum value with that, you're not concerned with the maximum value. You're only concerned with the minimum value. So that's one of the things that you need to look for in the exam. The question says the relative minimum. It says relative minimum. So if you end up getting a maximum value, throw that out. Why, sir? The question says find the production levels that minimize your profit. It's a minimum profit that you're looking at. All right. So go ahead for me, please. When you have your multivariable function and you're doing an optimization question like this one here, what's the first thing that you need to do?
Sir, write the 6 combination.
Thank you very much. That's all I want to hear. What the 6 something them? Sir, what 6 thing? F subscript X, F subscript XX, F subscript Y, F subscript YY, F subscript XY, F subscript YX. Work those 6 things first for me, please. And when you finish work them, say R2. Start.
Sir, you can share the question, please.
If I can share it. The question is
Drop it already in our group, sir.
okay.
I'm
Thanks, Raj.
on the screen,
Huh?
but I guess now it's talking on the screen, but I guess your data giving you trouble like my own.
Right. So Raj, just resend it again. Thank you. No, man. We're supposed to finish those 6 differentiation already. You know?
Yes, sir, I finish.
Yeah,
Finish,
man,
sir.
done, sir.
No, man, so talk to me, no, man. Let me know, man. Let me know. All right, hold on. Lord, where do I go? If you let me know, man. All right. What you got for the differential, the first differential with respect to x? Just read it out for me.
Differential for x, sir. First differential is 2xy minus 22y plus y squared.
Very good. What is the differential of xx?
2y.
And what is the different? Very good. What's the differential of with respect to y?
Y is x squared minus 22x plus 2xy.
Very good. Y.
2x.
Xy. Very good. Differential xy.
That would be 2x minus 22 plus 2y.
And yx?
It's the same.
All right. Very good. Very good. I want to see what is happening there. All right, can't expand it more. Hold on. If I turn it. All right. Now you see the two that are very good, Andrew. ABC, very nice. Proud of you. Wow, very good. Let me ask the question. The rest of you, are you in agreement with what Andrew and I have shared?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Sir, just start.
Very
I wasn't at XY.
Say it again, Sash.
I said I got all except the XY. I've just reached there.
Oh, okay. Very nice. This is excellent, guys. I'm very, very hopeful. When I say very hopeful, very, very hopeful for this exam with you guys. Because as I said before, if a question like this don't come on the exam paper, is a poorly written paper. A poorly written paper, right? I'm very, very, very proud of you. Now, we may not be able to finish all of this in class tonight, but what I want you to do now, if you look at what I have is, let me go again. What I have is in blue. What I have in blue here are my first differentials. What I have in blue are my first differentials. That's what I'm going to be setting equals to 0, and that's what I'm going to be solving simultaneously. This is a difficult question I was telling you about. This is a difficult question I was telling you about. If you can work this difficult question, there is nothing, no other question that can trouble you if you're asked to do it. Trust me on that. No other question that can come and interfere with you when you're asked, to do something like this. I promise you. So what will happen? I'm going to set 2xy minus 22y plus y squared equals 0. Similarly, x squared minus 22x plus 2xy to be equals to 0. This equation I must solve by substitution. Why, sir? Because both equations are nonlinear. Both equations are nonlinear. Let me go up to this one. You notice I could do this one by elimination. Why, sir? Because these are, you see where number 2, where it says solving simultaneously to give, those are 2 linear equations. Those are 2 linear equations. In the other example, these are non-linear. So how you know it's non-linear? You say both equations have a power that is raised to a square term. Besides, both equations have something that is x times y. So it don't have to be, even if you never have any squared terms in it, the mere fact that you have a 22xy and 2xy makes it non-linear also. So in order to do this, you have to solve it using the substitution method. Find one equation, like I used here, using equation 1, and I'm transposing equation 1. What do you mean by transpose, sir? I am letting x or y be the subject. So what I did was to use 2xy equals 22y minus y squared. I could have, yeah, whichever one, same difference. And then now when I'm trying to make x a subject, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2y. And as you see down on this page, when I divide both sides by 2y, I'm going to end up with x alone on the left-hand side. And notice, I remember when I first met you for Calculus 1, I heard something that was illegal and then I had to address it. This was what was illegal in what somebody said to me. Can I remember the person who said it, but I won't call the name. This 22y minus y squared, I cannot just go ahead and just cancel a y. I have to first factor the y. So you notice in my other line, I factored out the y to say y times 22 minus y. And then now I'm able to divide that y into the y from the denominator. So my x is going to be 22 minus y over 2. And this is what makes the question a little bit difficult. And that's why it's 30 marks. That's why it's 30 marks. It is going to require quite a bit of work from you. All right? It's going to require quite a bit of work from you. So I'm going to ask that you try that for me, please. Try the that substitution and see if you agree with what it is that I have there. Start from right here. That's good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is Nesta in class? Nesta boo. I don't understand. Nesta not here. What happened to Nesta? All right. If you get a question such as this in the exam, it's going to take a little while. It's a long question, but if you take your time to do the question, you should be fine. I promise you, you will be fine. It's a long question. A
Sure.
very, yes, honey bunches. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. You have the 2xy there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have equal positive 22y. Why isn't it negative 22y?
Because I have a negative 22y on one side already. So when I subtract it from both sides, I'm going to get a positive 22y. You notice the y squared also is now negative.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I'm leaving the 2xy on one side of the equation, and I'm subtracting.
Oh.
Yeah, Right. Okay. You see it.
Okay.
David, are you okay? David Russell, why every time I call upon you, you don't respond to me? Are you around your computer? David Russell.
Yes, sir.
So why don't you respond to me? Every time I call upon you, you're not there. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Aviana, how you stay now? You good?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Rika, what on?
Me, sir?
How you stay?
Sir, honestly, I'm kind of confused, but I'm just try look at what going.
Okay, talk to me. What confuses you?
The simultaneous. I'm not really sure how we reach simultaneous equation, but I'm trying to follow it in steps, sir.
Do you understand the 6 differentiations?
Yeah, I get those.
Good. All right. So you have you remember when you're doing your we call it stationary points, you have to set your first differential equals 0. You have to set your first differentials to be equal to 0.
Okay.
So your subscript X and your subscript Y,
yes,
that's why
sir.
I put them in blue. I put them in blue because I want to be able to just refer to those equations. The ones in blue is what we're going to be solving simultaneously. Why, sir? Because those are the first differentials. So how you know? You see that something with the one differential with the one something underneath it, those are the first differential. You see there's something them with the two something them underneath it, those are the second differential. The one with the two or the two of them with the X and Y and the Y and X, those are your cross partial differential. All right.
Yes,
Now you say you understand those. So let us set the two equations equals to 0, which is solving simultaneously. You're going to let 2xy minus 22y plus y squared equals 0. And you're going to have your x squared minus 22x plus 2xy to be equal to 0. So you have those two sets of equations being equal to 0. All right. Now, they are non-linear equations. Sir, how do you know that? Or are you able to identify it? Because the powers in both equations are raised to a number that is greater than 1. Besides, you don't just have x and y, you have x times y. X times y makes it also nonlinear. So you have two things in equation 1 that makes it nonlinear, the x times y and the y squared, and you have two things in the second equation that also makes it nonlinear, the y squared and the x times y again. All right, so those two equations are nonlinear. So in order to do that, you have to take one equation, substitute it into the other. So I am just deciding to use equation 1, and I'm deciding to say, you know what? I'm going to say 2xy is equals to, I'm adding 22y to both sides, so we're going to get 22y, and I'm subtracting y squared from both sides, so I'm going to get minus y squared. And because I'm trying to make x the subject of the formula, I'm dividing both sides by 2y. I'm dividing both sides by 2y. Now, when I divide by 2y, 2xy divided by 2y leaves x. See it down here, so in blue. And then what I'm also doing is factoring my 22y minus y squares. I'm factoring my 22y minus y squares. And 22y minus y squares, my y's are common. When I factor out the y, I'm going to have 22 minus y times y. And I'm dividing both sides by y, or dividing, canceling the y's. So I'm going to have 22 minus y over 2. 22 minus y over 2. See it now, mommy?
So, sir, when you say you're substituting one equation into the next, where is the next equation?
That's equation 2. That would be equation 2. Remember, there are 2 equations, you know. I'm going to spend a minute more with you because I think another class is going to be using this Zoom link that I have, and it is 4 minutes past. So another minute. Remember, there are 2 equations, you know. Let me see if I can spotlight it. But there are 2 equations.
Yeah, I said 2, but for where you say using equation 1 to give that.
So that is equation 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that equation 1 is what I get from doing that.
So then, sir, you do the same thing to the next equation? That's what you're saying?
You see that x equals 22y over 2? I'm going to substitute it into that number 2 equation.
Oh, scroll up a little, sir. Your screen, the thing blocking it.
Oh
yeah, I see it.
Let's see now, right? Yeah, I had to do that in order to that. That's one of the limitations with sharing on your tablet and cell phones. It limits you somewhat. So let me just do
what you get from the first equation, you put
it into the second equation. Very good. Very good. All right. I'm going to ask you to try this equation before I send the solution off. I don't want to send the solution off because I really want you to work on this on your own. And I know by now some of you would have already screenshot it, but it's not a problem because I have another difficult one that you not going to have the solution for. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna ask that you come in, do the question, finish up the question. Let us have a conversation over the WhatsApp group, and then I can send you the solution. Students, this is it. The next time you see this is on an exam paper.
Sir, before you go, when is the mid-semester?
I'm gonna give it on Thursday for sure. This Thursday.
Okay.
This Thursday.
And it's 3 questions, 3 on the question, sir?
Something like so, yeah.
No, I don't like that one day. All right.
Yeah, man, that one is so dangerous.
I will tell you. I don't have the paper in front of me. I'm not around my computer. I'm still using my cell phone and my tablet. So, but you're fine.
Just leave the exam to the group, sir.
You are fine. Anyhow, thanks for coming out as per usual. Make me proud, and you should be fine. Please, guys, it's time now that you're supposed to be studying. Right? Supposed to be studying. And not just for the mid-semester, you know, for the final exam I'm talking about. So please do what you need to do. All right?
One last thing, guys. I think final exam is online now and it's not face-to-face anymore.
How you know that?
I think there was I got an email with it.
You got an email or you got a WhatsApp message?
No, man, I think it's an email.
Sir, he's got the inside scoop.
Okay. Well, clearly he's in the innermost part of the circle, but never mind. Have a wonderful rest of the night.
So, sir, you don't know nothing. You don't know about it, sir.
I don't know if anything being confirmed. So that's why I'm asking him. But don't worry about it. There's going to be a meeting, and then there's going to be a meeting. But anyhow, I don't want to hold up the class any longer. Our class is going to be using this Zoom call.
Get sent out before the meeting.
Huh?
So all the email gets sent out before the meeting.
I have no clue about that email. That's what I'm saying. But we will talk. Bless up.
See you on Thursday, sir.
All right. All right then. Take care. Yeah, man.